All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakadash. Give honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to the Akim, to the elect, that are scattered across the four corners of this earth, pushing this truth and faith and sincerity. I'm the brother Shema Allah from the GMS Houston camp. And this lesson is going to be entitled Mystery Babylon the Great is referring to America in the scriptures. All right, this lesson is going to be basically going into some precepts, right? Just proving that America is Babylon and linking it, to Esau, right? Because Babylon the Great, right, the virgin daughter of Babylon, that the scripture calls it, is going to be an Edomite rule kingdom. And we know that Esau is going to be ruling in the last days. Second Esdras, pursuant to Second Esdras 6 and 9. Right, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right, so this man is going to be ruling in the last days. A kingdom called Babylon the Great in the scriptures, right? Mystery Babylon the Great at that. All right. So, when you see Babylon in the scriptures, Mystery Babylon, right? Babylon the Great and the virgin daughter of Babylon, it's talking about this place, right? Even Jeremiah, when he had his prophecies, he thought that it was talking about the Babylon at that time, but no, it's talking about this one. So I'm going to start here in Psalms 137 and 7. It says, Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. Now, what's this talking about right here? It's talking about when, the Babylonians came up against Jerusalem, came up against Israel, and Esau, the Edomites, right, which is so-called, white race, they helped, right? They helped them. You can read about, when Nebuchadnezzar and, Babylon took down Israel, right? Esau was basically in the midst, doing his thing. Right? It said, raise it, meaning destroy it. Right? And even when you go to, what is that, first Esdras? Or second Esdras, the first chapter, I believe, it says that the temple that the Edomites burnt. Right? So it's mentioning them. Right? So it says, next verse, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. All right. So it says, O daughter of Babylon. It's tying that in with Edom. All right. So Edom is the daughter of Babylon. All right. So let's go here to Isaiah 47:1. It says, Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Now we just established in Psalms 137. All right. That the daughter of Babylon is tied in with Esau. Right? And this lesson is just going to further, just draw that point home, right? That it's talking about him and it's dealing with his kingdom. Come and sit down in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, right? And the dust represents confusion because at the end state, at the end of this place, right, before the Most High takes it out, it's going to be on a steady decline, right? And it's just going to get to a point, to where, hey, Esau, he ain't going to know what's going on, man. All right. The Most High is going to be bringing plagues and things of that nature, and that we even have an answer for. All right. So hey, he gonna be confused. He says, "Oh, virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground, all right, because they are established, high, all right." And we're gonna get further precepts, what is it, Isaiah, even Obadiah, Isaiah 14. He said it's next amongst the stars, it's all itself as the eagle. Right? They are in rulership, they on the throne. Right? So, but it says sit on the ground. It represents the Most High taking them out of rulership, right? Taking them off that throne, because this is Yahweh Shah's kingdom, right? It's his rightful place to be on the throne. He's going to be the only king. or daughter of the Chaldeans. Now the Chaldeans back then were the witches and warlocks. And Esau got them today. Right? He constantly practiced these things. He constantly practiced witchcraft. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover the locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers, right? And going into, exposing them, basically. It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. It says, I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. All right. So he says that this is Yahweh Shai, ultimately. He says, I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. But hey, he's exposing him. He's being exposed right now during the prophets. For us to even be able to link these scriptures, to link him to Esau Edom, to link America to Babylon the Great, that's in him being exposed. Right? And then shortly after that, what the Lord's going to return. He's going to take vengeance. After we expose him, after certain other prophecies take place, Yahweh Shai is going to return. To take this man out of rulership, take him out of power. All right. But this is Revelation 17. Slaki, give me a minute. This is Revelation 17. All right, in 1 it says, and there came one of the seven angels, which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither. I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. Now, who is a whore talking about? The whore is talking about, America, right? Because first, well, it mentions the whore in the waters, right? So you go to verse 15. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. Right? So these are a multitude of different people, of nations. Right? And over here in America, you have all types of nations. All nations are over here. Right? Living in this land. Worshiping their gods, right? Bringing all of their, religions and ideologies and everything. Everything is a big cluster, a mixture of people. All right. Go to verse 18. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. Now, what is that great city? Let me see. Revelation 14 and 8. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all the nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. All right, so that great city is Babylon the Great, all right, which is America. So that's that whore. The scripture is going to further expound on why is it called the whore in the first place. All right. It says great whore, actually. It says, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So the kings of the earth, these leaders of these different nations, make pacts and deals, with America, right? And in another sense, they're laying in bed with America by making these different pacts and deals and agreements, right? And even, America, right, pushes his way, on the whole entire planet Earth, because America is ruling. Right, this whole beast system is set on top, right? But the America influences, everyone, right? So I says, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of fornication, right? So the ways of America will be pushed in other countries. Or you will see that citizens, of another country, right, would be over here living like Americans, eating like them, dressing like their women, all of these things, right? Feminism, Christianity, you see. But it says, so he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. Now, as this beast and the 7 heads and 10 horns is going into NATO and the EU. This is the Rome reincarnated, right? That Roman system reincarnated. Right? This is the Edomite rule kingdoms. You see, 7 heads, right? Then you got the 10 horns, right? Which they were all back then. You see, with the Roman Empire, but they are back today. Right? You even had something called the Treaty of Rome. I believe that's when the EU was established. All right. It says, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, right? Because this place was displayed as a, a great place, as a place for opportunity. You can come and be whatever you want, right? You had everyone, at a point in time, right? They're still coming, but America's glory days are dwindling down the drain. But once upon a time, this place, they used to say this place, streets was paved with gold. Right? This was the place to come to, and be able to make it no matter where you came from. Right? They used to say many good things. It's just having a golden cup of a handful of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. Right? Because, on the outside, looks like, hey, it's a great nation and it's this and that, but hey, when you get over here, man, you see what's really going on. Right? I mean, it's already broadcasted, throughout the earth, but America was used to be glorified, right? But now they're allowing, a lot of debauchery to take place. I'm not saying that it wasn't already taking place, but I mean, like, things progressively got worse. You got the whole alphabet community, this and that. They say that it's spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Revelation 11. So it's expected, but that's part of the abominations, right? For all of those things that they let go on over here. It says, and upon our forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and the abomination of the earth. Right. So now, if anyone wants to argue the point that this was talking about ancient Babylon, right? The right, ancient Babylon, why would it say mystery? You see, if it was talking about that, why would it say mystery Babylon the Great? Why is it a mystery if we already know which Babylon is talking about? It's because it's talking about a different place, and you have to identify it with what John is writing right here, with the clues and the gems that he's dropping through the Spirit. All right, you go here, Colossians 1:26. Even the mystery which had been hid from ages and from generations, but now is made manifest to the saints. Right now, this mystery, right, also was going to the Gentiles, but it spoke about Babylon being a mystery. And all of the mysteries have been revealed, unto the prophets. That's how we're able to break these things down and link them up with the scriptures. Right? Because the Most High given us a spirit and understanding of these scriptures. Right? To understand like what Babylon is really talking about. Right? The mystery of Babylon, the virgin daughter of Babylon. Right? So this is Isaiah 13:19. It says, "And Babylon, the glory of the kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah." Now, when you read about ancient Babylon wasn't destroyed how Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed, because Sodom and Gomorrah was a great destruction, right, from the Heavenly Father, right, rain fire from heaven, right. Now, that did not happen, right, in ancient Babylon. Because when you go here to Daniel 5, right, the Most High sent a message unto, the king of Babylon. Right, when you read down, it's going to Belshazzar, right? The Most High sent a message to the spirit, and Daniel was able to break that down. Right, let them know, what it was talking about. All right, Daniel 5:24. Then was the part of the hand sent from him. This writing was written. This is the writing that was written. Many, many tekel parson. This is the interpretation of the thing. Many, the Most High had numbered thy kingdom and finished it. Tekel thou weighed in the balances and are found wanting. Perez, thy kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and the Persians. So this kingdom, the Babylonian kingdom, was going to be given to the Medes and the Persians, meaning that they were going to take over. All right, so this is how the Babylonians was going to go down. Then commanded Belshazzar, and they clothed Daniel with scarlet and put a chain of gold about his neck, and made a proclamation concerning him that he should be the third ruler in the kingdom. And that night was Belshazzar, the king of the Chaldeans, was slain, and the Arabs immediately took the kingdom, being about three score and 62, 3 score and 2 years old, which was 62 years old. All right, so they were drunk, and it says that the Arabs immediately took the kingdom. So he was just executed, and all of that land was just given into the Medes and the Persians. There were no fire in heaven rain from brimstone. I mean, no brimstone, fire and brimstone rain from heaven. I don't know how I twisted that like that. All right, let me see. So go back here, Isaiah 13. In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldean excellencies shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. So after the destruction of that place, no one was going to dwell there. But we see that the Medes and the Persians took over it. All right. So it's not talking about that. Because what Babylon today is Iraq. You can go over there to Iraq right now, right? On vacation, right? And go through and see, certain sites or whatnot, right? So it's not talking about that. This is talking about something else. For the destructions to be as Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Because like I quoted earlier, Revelation 11 and 8, on how that this place is spiritually as Sodom and Egypt. So it's going to have a Sodom-like destruction. All right. You go to Jeremiah 50, and I think I had that already. Yeah. Jeremiah 15:13, because of the wrath of Yahweh, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and her plague. So Babylon shall be wholly desolate. I don't think that's going to happen to it. Right? The Most High, which is going to take it out. All right. And it says scriptures was going into how Babylon is going to be taken down with fire. All right. And you go here to Jeremiah 49:16. It says, thy terribleness hath deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart. O thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill, though thou shalt make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring you down from thence, said Yahweh. Basically saying the same thing as Obadiah. Right? Also, Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at the plagues thereof. Right? It just said that about Babylon, though. But now it's saying it about Edom. Right? Because he's ruling this place. That mystery of Babylon. Just as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, and the neighbor cities thereof, said Yahweh, no man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it. Isaiah 13 speaking about the destruction of Babylon, but it didn't mention Edom, right? But that's who he was talking about, right? Jeremiah dropping more gems, letting you know, right? Like certain prophets, was revealed, more things were revealed unto certain prophets, right, than others. Right, more prophets were able to. I mean, some prophets were able to expound more on certain prophecies, right, than others. But you see that this Babylon is talking about Esau. Right, he's going to be the one who's going to be taken out of Sodom and Gomorrah. All right, this place, America. Okay, so let's go to Isaiah 14, verse 4. It says that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how had the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased, right? Because this place is going to be destroyed and Esau is going to be put into captivity. Right? This is the great oppressing city. All right. But see, just to get the point that it's talking about, Babylon, Isaiah 14 and 13. It says, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. And he did that with a space station. All right. And also, we know that the stars of the Most High also refers to the Israelites. All right. I will sit upon the mount of the congregation in the side of the north, right? Rule over the Israelites. Over here, right? It says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Who did this? Because this refers to Babylon. Nebuchadnezzar didn't do this. Belshazzar didn't do this. They didn't have that technology to go into heaven and go into space and do all these things. So who is it talking about? It's talking about Esau Edom. All right, that's simple. It's it's the scriptures just laying it out for you. You gotta have that spiritual eye to be able to understand these things. All right. Now let's go to Revelation 18 and 1. And after these things, it says Babylon is fallen. It says, so this is going to the fall of Babylon. Right. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having a great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and it's become the habitation of devils, and the whole of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. And this is going to be the aftermath of the destruction. That is going to be inhabited by evil spirits, that is going to be inhabited by, desert-like creatures that are able to dwell in desert-like conditions after destruction, right? Because this is what America is going to be turned into, a great desert. Right? It says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornications, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. So it says, all nations have drunk of the wine. So the whole world, right, was influenced, right, by this place, by this beast. It speaks about the whole world wandering after the beast. Right? Babylon didn't do that, didn't influence the whole world. Ancient Babylon. As this place, America. All right. And it says that the kings of the earth and the merchants that got rich off this place, because America's it's a consumer nation. They make money off of this place. Everything that you get, right, is saying imported, right, from China mostly, and from these other different countries. All right, so this is how they're getting rich off of this place. You see? Let's see. So yeah, as we can see that America's reign influenced all nations. All right. And then it goes into the destruction and the merchants and the people mourning because they lost this money getter. All right. So you know that it's not talking about ancient Babylon. It's talking about something entirely different. All right. Also, you can get Revelation 14, what I went to earlier. Revelation 14 and 8, talking about Babylon, right? That great city. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the third angel followed him, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in the image and receive his mark, right, the charagma, in his forehead and in his hand. So this beast, which is synonymous with Babylon, they were going to bring forth a charagma. And we know what the charagma is, right? The seal. It's going to be implanted in your hand. This is what he wants, right, for the world. So Babylon didn't do this. Babylon didn't have this technology, to put into your hand and to have all the information and track you and do all of this and that, right? Babylon didn't have CBDCs. This is talking about America, bro. It said the saints shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone, Sodom and Gomorrah like judgment, in the presence of the holy angels, in the presence of the Lamb. So the Lamb, who is the Lamb? Yahushua, the Messiah. So he was going to be back during this destruction. So this is the return of our Lord. All right? The second coming. Now, ending off on this. Second coming of the Lord, Isaiah 63:1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with garments from with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Now, it's talking about Yahushua. He's the only one that's able to save. His name is He delivers or He saves, right? Traveling in the greatness of his strength. The chariots. But it says they're coming from Edom and they come from and with dyed garments from Basra. So this is him leaving. All right. But it says he's going to come to Edom. Edomite ruled kingdom. So when have Yahushua ever, visited Edom in this nature? All right. It says, wherefore art thou red and not imperial, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in my anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain on my raiment. Meaning he was going to do a lot of killing, basically, man. That's what that means. A lot of blood was going to be shed, in this Edomite rule kingdom. The virgin daughter of Babylon. That's what it meant, all right? That a lot of people were basically going to die. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is coming, right? Because he's going to come and redeem Israel, his people, right? So, yeah, man, I hope, that this is edifying. You see, and you can clearly see that this is talking about America, right? I think I forgot one precept just came back to mind. Isaiah 47:6, right? We can end it off on this. Going into Babylon, right? I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy upon the ancient. Thou hast very heavily laid the yoke. So he said, I was wroth with my people, and I have given them into thine hand. When did that happen, man? Slavery. I just happened in slavery. This is where they didn't have no mercy upon the ancient, right? Upon none of us. But yet the Most High was giving us over unto Babylon. Right? Even back in Revelation 17:6, it says, and I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. Right? Still dealing with Babylon, but saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints. And that happened in slavery because the Israelites are the saints. It said, with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua. And the martyrs of Yahushua are the ones that had died in the faith for Yahushua. And where did that happen at? Right? Because that didn't start happening over here yet. That's going to happen in the time to come where they're going to do this again. But they did it in Rome, persecuting the believers, killing the believers, right? The apostles, right? But it says that this woman is drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua. So what does this place got to do with Rome? because this is the revival, right? This is Rome reincarnated, right? America. And we don't need to go into all of the details and the facts about that because we can see that, right? You can go into the histories of Rome and look at America. It resembles, right, Rome to a T, right? Perfectly. To the architecture, through the the Senate House, right? The president, right, which they would call Caesars back then. All of these things, right? So yeah, that was it, man. Hope this was edifying. With that, I'm gonna say, hey, shalom.